Warning, previous episodes were not a fluke. This game contains very strong language reflective of the ravages and hardships of war. Your discretion is strongly advised.
Welcome back everyone to the Langrisser challenge run. Heroes only here. Troops are not allowed. Still, as we march right on into scenario 16, a big one, the true power of Alhazard. The two catalysts for unsealing Alhazard, the Maiden of Light, Liana, and the Dark Rod, were collected by the companions. Having traveled to the secret underground temple of Castle Velzeria, the time for the Dark Blade's revival was at hand. However, midway through the ceremony, some unwanted guests rudely invited themselves into the castle. I almost wanted to read that in Elwin's current voice. That was definitely him narrating that one. So anyways, you can see here Langrisser giving a paltry +3 attack, +1 defense. It will get better pretty soon, of course. But I just wanted you to see the stats as it is now, because in a moment, there might be a bit of a difference.
Great and gloried chaos, reveal thy splendor! Don't wear yourself out, girl. This will be quite taxing.
Yeah, on you. Yeah, you'll find out soon enough.
Disperse the light and purge its binding. Express your dark nature. O Alhazard, return thy true power now. Awkward font cannot pronounce. Still, Alhazard!
And that music's the cue. Böser, have you unsealed the blade? Incredible. Truly the sword of legend. A terrifying power. I understand why demons revere it.
I don't believe this. That light from the sword, it's blinding. I can feel the power from here. And that noise, damn, it won't stop.
Oh?
So you finally come.
Who's there? Ah, the man who won't quit. And he brought a few friends. And they will all fall here. I see you've unsealed the sword for us. The Empire thanks you. As you die, take comfort in your service. Kaiser Bernhardt?
What? How? Didn't we already knock over that windbag?
Hehehe. It seems you've met my doppelganger. Quite a spell.
Ha ha ha. I remember when you Imperial scumbuckets were so eager to join me. Now you'll finally taste what you so desperately wanted. Alhazard will rend your hides and spill your worthless guts.
Really? You think so? I see things differently. You know, I think the ritual has taxed you considerably. And I suspect you're weak as a kitten. Yeah, I don't know, cats got claws, they put more of a fight. What's this? No! Langrisser's light! What's happening? Uh-oh.
What the hell? Is Langrisser unsealing itself?
I do believe so, sir. It must have responded to Alhazard's resurrection. But this isn't in the legends. Why would it do that now?
Leon, you're fond of that sword, are you not? I think it suits us well. While we're here, why don't you take it for our Imperial storehouse?
This man.
The Empire's as arrogant as ever. You think you can take me? I'm Santa Claus. You're welcome to try.
We can't let the Empire lay their wretched hands on Langrisser. On the other hand, Böser is a wreck from that ancient ritual. Now we can work with the Empire and finish him. What do you say? I say it sounds like Elwin. Will we turn against Böser? Yes, we will. We will take this opportunity to finish things. We shall hunt down the Imperial stragglers and annihilate them. Also, Hain, Roga, listen to me. We have no reason to pay Böser any heed. If we defeat him swiftly, Alhazar will fall to us. It's all about us after all. What? I'll give you one last chance to return to Böser. Otherwise, from here on, we are enemies. Hold on, Sonya.
Hey now, Sonya, I'd rather not fight you. How about joining us?
Is brother telling me to betray Master Böser? Yes. Has nobody briefed you by now on our get down?
When we obtain Alhazar, humans and monsters may be able to coexist. Böser only wants a world for monsters, while the Empire only wants a world for humans. However, we have the ability to establish a world where both can live. Don't you think that's the best solution?
Roga playing that diplomat, that's an unusual role for him. I want to live with Brother Roga too, but Böser's power is...
Don't worry, we're going to gut his Royal Dark One's ass. The people who tie you up aren't touching my little sister without losing their heads.
And yes, he can back those words up, everybody listening. I understand. I will try to battle with brother.
Sonya, are you betraying me?
Who are you?
Kill traitors!
Yeah, okay. Level 6 Phoenix leads the entourage as well as Est.
Betraying me is a quick road to a painful death. But it's not all bad. I shall enjoy watching you writhe in agony. My minions rip them to shreds.
And they will do their damnedest, I'm sure. But one side has to come up short, or in this case, two sides, because it's a three-way entanglement here. We've got Böser's paltry peons. Neither Bernhardt nor Böser will stand against me. Langrisser and Alhazar, with you as my tools, I will bring an era of order. So anyway, yeah, we've got Böser on one end and Bernhardt on the other. Lots of experience on the table, and if you know me, you know I can't pass it up. In fact, this battle will be a great opportunity, or I should say was, since again I'm recording this in post. It was a great opportunity to get a couple of people up higher on the totem, let's say. Sonya in particular. You know, with the help of Big Brother over here, who can just go wherever the hell he wants. Gonna perch him up here for the time being to provide support to our mage extraordinaires, and then eventually we're gonna send him back over east to help out Elwyn, who is gonna have to maintain it on his own for right now. Hey Elwyn, Esto and Osto are truly evil monsters. I think they'll help us if we can defeat Böser. I see. Do you think Böser is controlling them? I think she more or less insinuated that much. Pay attention. So, you may have noticed that I'm pronouncing Böser as Böser right now. It's because I inadvertently got a little beginner's lesson in German a few days ago. Just, you know, I'm being half facetious there, but it kind of came as a byproduct of researching, and I was looking up the origins of certain words, and words that had Germanic roots. I was kind of reading up on some German and having to do some translations just to connect dots. And along the way, I found out that Böser in German, more or less, the English literal translation is something to the effect of worst or wicked or evil, for the most part. So, you know, his name in this game is very much appropriate, or for this series rather. So, you know, when you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. But now that I got that confirmation, from henceforth, I shall be calling him Böser, which is at least closer to the accurate pronunciation. I might still be off a little bit because, again, I'm not really a German speaker, but Böser it is. Even better because, as we all know, Böser rhymes with loser. And what is he known for in these games, besides losing? It's kind of his specialty. Low-key. Anyway, magic once again destroys everything around it. And this is just cruel, I know, but we're going to again Sonya. She can do the exact same thing all over again. Except this time she's going to be showering her love from above over to the east to put those gargoyles in their place and those golems. And speaking of the gargoyles, yeah, it's like they were never there, right?
Long live the Kaiser! Long live the Empire!
Yeah, live longer than you. So, over on this side, we've just got Leon to deal with, who refuses to do anything other than cast attack, it seems. But when you can't move, you really can't put it to much use. Not complaining, he's making this a lot easier than I expected it to be, honestly. Because on paper, we're in danger. We've got Griffins, which have high attack power, and that 25% is flyers, which can make them annoying to one-shot. We've got Leon and Laird with their high stat augmented Royal Lancers, but not worried about it. I'm more concerned for Elwyn because he's going to have to hold out for a few turns by himself. And what's really obnoxious is the enemy attacking each other, trying to deprive us of any experience that they can, because they know my game. Yeah, they know what I'm up to. They don't want me to have too much fun here, and that's fine. There aren't too many spells coming from that direction. Bernhard and Egbert do both have Meteor. I still don't know why Bernhard has Meteor other than the game just being cheeky, but I guess it's a fair trade-off. After all, we've been bombarding them from day zero with all manner of spells, just wiping the floor with everything that came our way, so I guess they deserve to have a little bit of fun too. And speaking of which, there goes Egbert with his Meteor. That's fine. We can handle it. Don't want the game to be too easy. Not that it is. I think the next battle will be even more challenging without troops, but this one can be tricky too. If I didn't have magic spells at my disposal, I really don't know what I would do. It would probably come down to a game of just targeting the commanders directly, honestly. But thankfully we don't have to resort to that just yet. There may come a time in the near future when we do, so we'll see what happens. I'd say from this point forward, the game really doesn't have any easy battles. Nothing's a cakewalk anymore, so. Because the main problem with not having troops is it's harder to protect your weaker commanders defensively. So if you don't keep them covered at the right times, if you're not mindful of the enemy's positioning at any moment in time, they will take advantage of it. As much as I can tease the AI in its questionable decisions, you know, it loves to catch you off guard, you know, with a lax frame of mind, being negligent. And it'll just swoop somebody in there, especially something with high movement, and just snipe a Hane or a Sonya or a S or a As, you know. Rogue and Elwyn I don't think have too much to deal with in terms of worry these days. I guess a highly boosted knight or cavalry could target Roga potentially, but that's it. And even then, he would do some good damage before they made it to him, so I'm not too worried about him. So yeah, it's just the pick of the litter for Sonya over here. You know, she's at Old Country Buffet right now. Just as many helpers as she can stand. How could I? Ugh. And that'll put her very close to Wizard, which is the goal. Gonna get her that teleport before the end of this. That's the plan. Which is why we have Elwyn here on maximum restraints, pulling all the punches. Though, for the sake of not letting it go to waste, I will give him the occasional golden kill when it looks like the Griffins are gonna seal it away. Yeah, see, with Blizzard and Meteor, we're cleaning up in record time. So, we don't need her to get all the experience because by my projections, she will have no problems making Wizard at this point. So we can leave those two over there to Roga or Hane. Or those three, pardon me, because Est isn't in our team at the moment, right? So.
How could I?
Oh, didn't you know? Hane is officially the Leon killer. And your name is Leon. It won't be the last time either if I have my way. How many times has Hane taken care of Leon solo? If that's not a sign of how strong he's gotten, I don't know what is. I'd love to see how Leon handles explaining that to his crew when he gets back to base. See, what had happened was... yeah. And don't want to forget that Elwyn has Thunder. Kind of have to check these flyers because they're a little bit too rambunctious. And Sonya can help with that. He's setting her up. She knocks him down. She can pick up some collateral damage on the side in the form of those knights as well. And also keeping the dragon from full health is going to be good. So if it decides to attack one of them, they will not be instantly obliterated, which it has the potential to do, I think. So again, we just want to stay aware at all times to the best of our ability. The game will not catch me slacking if I can help it. And if it does, well, it'll be pretty self-evident. Now, you know, I was thinking the other day, what would really make the Langrisser games more difficult and interesting and dynamic, in my opinion, is if they, maybe not by default, but at least had an option to make the computer AI take their turn in random order each phase. Like, you know how with the player control characters, we can move them in any order that we want. Elwood can go last, Sonya can go first. We can do it however we want to do it. We have complete control over their movements. But whenever the enemy takes its turn, oh, by the way, Sonya got Wizard, congratulations. Fully certified, teleport forthcoming. But when it, but where it concerns the enemy, you notice when they have their enemy phase, whatever battle you're on, whatever Langrisser game, whatever map, without fail, any Langrisser game I played, the enemy always takes its turn in the same predetermined order. Whichever enemy general they decide is going to take their turn first, whoever is going to go second, it just doesn't change. And that severely hinders the enemy's ability to put you in your place. Ugh, so much pain. Forgot which voice I was doing for a moment, but that's awesome. To be fair, I was gonna leave him alone. In fact, I was, but yeah, that's what he gets. Don't jump in the pot. Anybody ever heard that frog in a boiling pot of water analogy? Metaphor, except he jumped in willingly. Is the difference. Anyway, I don't even care. And I wonder if that'll be held against him at the end epilogue. Will that count as a defeat? I think it will, but there's not really much to Estanasa's story anymore. So. They're just along for the ride, you know. Everybody's crew's got those folks. They don't really contribute or add anything to the discussion or the festivities. They're just, you know, just riding bandwagons, riding the waves. That's all they're doing. But anyway, I would love to see a Langrisser game. And if anybody out there is listening to this, I doubt it, but anybody who has any say on any future Langrisser games come out, please take this idea. I'm not petty. I'm not going to try to say, hey, you stole my idea and get upset. I don't care. I'd love to see it. But, because I mean, really, yeah. But anyway, I would love to see a Langrisser game where the enemy would take their turns in different orders every phase. Or at least they wouldn't be constricted to just going in the same order every single time. Because that would really mix things up, because if your strategy is completely dependent on the enemy always going in the same order, as they've been known to, what happens when they go in a different order? Then it gets harder to predict their next move. It's harder to kind of plan your next move as a result, which is how the game of chess should go, right? You shouldn't know what your enemy's going to do on the next turn. Now, I think that I like the way they currently are as a default feature, but I think it would be great to have an option. It'd be like the equivalent of a difficulty mode in most games, but instead of just an arbitrary easy, normal, hard, which aren't very descriptive.
What kind of power are you referring to?
No, what are you referring to? Who are you even talking? I don't even know who you're talking to. I don't know. I guess we can assume there was some conversation leading up to his defeat. I don't know. Love Rogue is a ranged attack. So anyway, instead of an easy, normal, hard, which often is not descriptive enough in telling you what is being changed in terms of the difficulty, have a challenge mode or an option to where you can decide if the enemy turn is going to be random or fixed. In fact, that's what the setting could be called, enemy turn order, random or fixed. And it can either be a default option that you have in your config, or it can be something that you unlock after beating the game once. Either way, I think that would be a great addition to be able to play the game where the enemy just takes their turn whenever they feel like it. And another thing that they could do to improve the games, and I know many people have commented on this over the years from Let's Playing and covering these games, especially people who are fairly new to the series and not really used to the mechanics. Oh, but first, let's hear what this knight has to say. Because it's not just any knight, it's Laird. Grr, it's hopeless now. Well, if Laird says it's hopeless, then it's a done deal. You might as well pack up and go home, Bernhardt. But he won't. He never does. You can't get to be an emperor of anything without being stubborn. That's been proven. So anyway. But yeah, another feature. Oh, well, S, you already lost Oz, so you might as well go to join your brother.
You will remember this day?
Yeah, until we win the fight, and we'll see what you do then. But hey, thanks for the teleport. Which is exactly why I went after her. Or it. Because I knew Sonya was close. It's just bad timing. I can't finish my thoughts without somebody dying on the field. But another feature that many people have commented on over the years in Langrisser games that can be obnoxious is when the enemy is not doing anything during their turn, but they're just shuffling characters around, changing positions aimlessly. Saint class for, hey, no, we've already been down that road. We're going to make him a mage so he can get to be a wizard too. Since that really is his best class in this game, arguably. For reasons I think you already are fully aware of. But before that, I think he can handle Egbert. He took down Leon by himself, so yeah, this is nothing.
These are truly the swords of legend. For now, we must retreat.
Yeah, bye-bye. And take your ball switching, but it's gonna take a little more than Roga. That was a very bad roll, though. I expected him to do at least 3 or 4 points of damage, but Elwin can clean it up. He always does.
Did you need to follow us all the way here?
Excuse me, you followed us. You were not chosen to rule this continent. Your empire ends here with you, you withered old man. You prune.
Damn you! It can't end like this.
Yeah, maybe next chapter. We'll see. Goose got away. Isn't the first time, won't be the last. But you all know what I'm trying to say, right? The enemy's just shuffling their characters around, especially when you're out of range for them. They're either shuffling their troops around or they're casting spells like attack when there's nobody around to attack. So I would love to see in future Langrisser games, knock on wood, here's hoping if they're willing, that when the enemy is not planning to do anything during their turn, then it just skips them taking a turn completely. Again, similarly to if you were on your turn and you forgot to say move a general and their troops, then, you know, that just saves everybody time. It's going to be reflected in the fact that when you end your phase, they're not going to do anything. So when it's the enemy's turn, it should be the same way. If they're not planning to move or to cast spells or do anything, just don't even bother highlighting them. Just ignore them. So, just my 2 cents. And that's not something that should be unlocked or come with an option. That should just be default. Just, you know, just to cut down on the amount of time that these battles can take. I just think that would be a considered quality of life improvement, if you want to call it quality of life. I know that's usually dealing with things like menus and customization and, you know, options. But those are 2 things I'd like to see. Allow the enemy to go in different turn orders. It doesn't necessarily have to be random, it's just alternating turns. And don't highlight them when they're not doing anything, especially their troops. We don't need to see them move 2 squares to the left so that another guy can occupy the space they were in, when I'm still yards and miles away from them, you know? I don't know. It's too bad we can't do collaborative videos on YouTube. I mean, I'm not talking about with other content creators, but I mean with the viewers. Like, if there was a way for us to collaborate and do an ensemble style video together, that would be really interesting. And I'd like to do a video titled The Ultimate Langrisser Game and involve all of you Langrisser fans, the community in it, you know? Like, what are the tenets that we could come up with to design, at least on paper, the ultimate Langrisser game, if anybody in the future ever wanted to pick up on it, or at least with the way things are nowadays with the indie scene booming, maybe someone could pick up the mantle and design a spiritual successor, or a game that was heavily inspired by the Langrisser motif and mechanics, and it could be a different universe, different IP, but still basically play and look like those games, or at least play like them. The gameplay is more important than the look, of course, but, you know, the look ain't bad either. But yeah, what would the ultimate Langrisser game be like to you? If anyone wants to drop some ideas down just to kind of, you know, just in the spirit of things, I'm kind of curious what you would like to see. So I'm throwing those 2 ideas I already mentioned into the pot. So what have you got? Oh, by the way, we defeated Böser, if anybody was paying attention.
Damn you! I didn't think you had this much power. This world, the darkness, Böserius, people!
Don't need you anymore, and we'll be taking Alizard off your hands if you don't mind.
This place is... what is it?
Oh, the place where you died a moment ago, but I guess not. Can you hear me? Böser's spell is broken. Right now, I'm fighting for one where humans and monsters will live peacefully. Please, please, lend us your power. What little you have.
Yes, we understand. We will make ourselves useful.
Yeah, I love how you had to think about it as if you had anything better to do with your time. Don't lie. And scenario is clear. Hain, not done leveling up. That's good. Ha ha ha! How can this be? We've grown so ridiculously powerful. We've crushed the Imperials, shattered the Descendants, and torn Böser to shreds. And our reward? Not one, but both legendary swords. Unbelievable! We did it, Elwyn!
Aren't you quite the big shot, Elwyn? Haha.
Now we can create an ideal society. My guess is she couldn't hold it in anymore. She'd been standing there for a long time after all. This place is... Huh? Liana? Are you okay? Liana? I guess I gotta give her a slightly distinctive voice after all. Now that we've defeated Böser, his control over the maiden should soon dissipate. Sister Lana, why am I... Alhazard? Alhazard is here. Böser is already dead. We defeated him! Both of you, listen. Langrisser and Alhazard, the Holy and Dark Blades, they are both in my hands. With these tools, not a soul in this world can stand against me. And soon, I will bring some well-deserved peace and order to this shattered continent. Even humans and demons may live together in harmony. But to realize this vision, I need your cooperation. Yes, let's work together. It's meaningless for humans and demons to wage war. A world where we can all live together in peace would be the most wonderful thing. La 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 la. But really, Elwyn, do you think after all this, force can bring peace? You may preserve order with an iron grip, but as soon as it weakens, the bloodbaths will deepen. What happens then? By that time, the people must have faith in this new world they live in. I apologize, I don't know what kind of voice she deserves, so hey, I'm just trying to be something different. Elwyn, we must always move forward. Our goal is peace. Come on, Elwyn. You can understand what we mean, right?
Don't tempt me, vile woman.
Leave. Elwyn, don't be such a prick. After I have come so far, after I have fought so hard, all of it to keep my promise to create the world we both dream of. And you are asking me, when I finally have the power to make a real difference, to just walk away? I am bringing peace to this continent and ending its wars. My way. There will be no more children left as orphans, crying over their parents' bloody bodies. If anyone could have understood, I would have thought it would have been you, Liana. Elwyn, you're crazy. Yes, but what can you do? No arguments from him there. Let's go, Liana. Elwyn.
Hey, Elwyn, you're a little hard on her, don't you think? Liana isn't a bad girl, and what she wants isn't really so different.
She can go her own way. It's not our problem. For now, let's focus on dismantling the Empire. Of course! If we let them go, they will surely rally their forces. We can't have that.
If we depart now, we can still catch them.
Let's go, everyone. Let's catch the Empire by its tail. And so it goes. Tom chases Jerry, except this time, uncharacteristically, I don't think the mouse is going to get away safely. But we'll let the next scenario tell it for itself. It's going to be a fun one, and you're going to see teleport get exploited to full effect. Until then, this has been PDK with Team Elwyn, Team Betrayers, Team Backstabbers, Team Backbiters. We have betrayed the Descendants of Light, Leon and the Empire, and now finally Böser. there's nobody left to turn on. We just got to take them all out. And unfortunately, that's how it's going to go. So, till the next episode, have a wonderful day. Stay safe. Do what you can. No more, no less. And have peace in that. Hopefully, I'll see you soon.